free, then you can do that. Hi, Ronja, nice to see you. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes until more of our students and friends and everyone joins us. Hi, Chastity. I'm glad that you're here again this week. How is everyone? Tell me. Send me a message. I haven't done like an actual conversation with you guys in a long time. So I want to learn how to ask more questions and actually talk a little bit more to you and with you and interact with you. Hi, Sams. Nice to see you. So whenever you feel like saying something, commenting, ask me a question, you don't understand something, anything, just let me know and write it in the text box just below. If you like something, there is a heart in the corner. You can hit that if you want. Russia is watching you. Oh, that sounds like a really sweet thread. I can relate to that. I'm German. So, yay, all the way from Russia. Really nice that you're here. I am in London at the moment. I assume we have people from England today, from Russia. I know we have people from the States watching. We have people from Italy watching. We have people from... Hi, Dan. We have people from London again. Not the right leg joined. You don't. You. That's a funny name. Not the right leg. So yeah, a big Netherlands, of course. Netherlands, one of my loyal people coming back on Tuesdays. Hi, Didi. Switzerland, of course. We have Switzerland. Joshua, nice to see you. We're just letting each other know where we're sitting at home in the world at the moment and having to keep our bottoms on the chairs before we can go out again to perform. Yeah. So as you can, I was just saying, as you can see, as you cannot see, but I can see, it's super sunny outside. The summer has returned to London, which is amazing. Zach, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming back. Didi, you're in London. Yay. Yeah. I don't know. I know that lockdown is different in every place at the moment in the world. Here we are. Yesterday, most of the shops opened. Before it was only grocery stores and pharmacies and like essential. Yesterday's the stores opened. We have to now wear masks on the bus, finally. Yeah, so there is some sort of change happening. Let's see where that leads. It would be amazing if it would slowly lead to normality. Wouldn't it be amazing? Yeah, so a big and warm welcome to you all. I'm really happy that you're here, that you joined from all over the world with half an hour of time to dedicate on Tuesday, which is I'm very grateful for. So welcome. For everyone that doesn't know me, my name is Ulrike. I am in the normal world, which there is no normal world anymore. But before I did this, I am a circus and cabaret performer, and I produce shows. And I am also an absolute business nerd when it comes to running a career as an entrepreneur and as a professional performer. I've always been interested in this part and this side of the business as well. So to the extent that I took a business course, I became a life and career coach. And now at this time, I'm taking every Tuesday the opportunity to just take one topic that I think is relevant and that I want to teach you about and let you know about and educate you, because I think education is key to everything, and share that with you. This place here, this is Let Me Educate You, a beautiful project born in a crisis to connect our hearts with our arts and to keep moving while we have to sit at home. I know this slogan hopefully will at some point be outdated, but at the moment it's not. So let's work on something while we all have to sit at home at the moment. So today's topic is decision making, which I already said before is very, very, very relevant at the moment, because I realized that for a certain amount of time I thought this is going to be a short break of my life, or a break from my career, or a pause button, and then things will resume to normal. But that is not what's going to happen. Things have changed, and a lot of things will have changed forever. That is a big, tough cookie, but I think I'm slowly getting a hold of the idea that nothing will be the same, if that makes sense. So we will have to look at different ways of creating opportunities for ourselves. We will have to be creative in generating income. We will have to really be motivated and reconnect with why we started things if a dream got chopped off because of this lockdown, and see if we are still committed to that. There is so much work to do, and there's so many decisions to take in order to move forward, in order to decide how are we gonna not get out of this, because there is not out. This is the life. This is now, and this is just gonna take a very long time. So how can we navigate this change in a way that is taking control of your life, rather than experiencing it in a way that feels like everything has been taken away, if that makes sense. So there's two types of people, and you know that for yourself. I'm going to say two different statements, and hi Bexy, and you can basically say which one are you. There's two different people. So the first is the people that sorry, there's things that make things happen. That's the people that make things happen. And then there are people that feel like things are happening to them. Hi, Julie. People that make things happen and people that have things happening to them. There's a massive difference. So you can do that at home. You can raise your hand with whatever who you are. Okay? So I'm asking you, why are there some people that can create new directions for themselves, and whilst other people seem to be always a victim of their circumstances? Why is that? You have a friend that will always say, oh, it's out of my control, this happened, and that's because I cannot, and that's why I can't, and I do this. And then there's other people that just, you don't even hear a lot about them or from them. They just do their thing. They do the thing. What is the difference? I'm telling you what the difference is. The difference from one type of person to the other type of person is the ability to make decisions. That's what it is. The ability to make decisions. So if you ask yourself, if you look at your past a little bit and say, would you describe your decision-making powers as good, not good, poor, or you can't decide? I mean, the last one, that was once upon a time me. But do the thing, yeah. So if you don't have the ability yet to make decisions, you can feel that this thing is happening to you, that the circumstances are always an excuse for how you behave and what your life looks like. And I want you to change that, ideally from today. Because when you realize that making decisions is a thing that you can learn, it's not something that you're born with. You're not born being good at making decisions. That's not a thing. You can learn these things. Drusilla, hi. Sorry, a really good and amazing drag queen from Italy just joined me. I miss you. So if you can learn to make these decisions. And I want you, how to say this? I want that you basically listen to yourself. What do you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself, I'm not good at making decisions? If this is a sentence that you've ever told yourself, I want you to replace that immediately and tell yourself, I haven't learned yet how to make great decisions. I haven't learned yet how to make great decisions. That's all it is. We're going to fix that. Anyway, so. And the thing is, we all know decision making is not easy, because it makes you feel like you're losing something and you're missing out on opportunities. And we don't want that. We want to have it all, especially in our generation. You know, we have all the options. We want to have it all. We can have so many things for free and test and try, and we want it all. There's just too much on the table for us to understand that maybe one thing would be enough for us. Okay. So what happens is you keep all your doors open, but you end up not actually doing any of them. You know, because you feel you have a lot of options, but it keeps you in a place where you are thinking, but you are not doing. And that is a dangerous place, because you can stay there for a while. This can happen for a couple of years, and you feel very like, I've got it all. I have all the options. Okay, but if you stay there for too long, you're going to wake up at some day and going to be 50 and going like, damn, I didn't live my life. You know, I had all the options, but I actually failed to decide which option to take and which decision to make for my future. And yeah, and I think that's tragic. And I don't want that to happen to you. Yeah, and I'm sure that you actually know. If I would ask you, what is that one thing that's tugging at your heart, that's poking you, that's telling you, please give me a chance, please, I'm enough, or please give me a shot, give me one time your full attention? You would know what that is. If you would tune in and listen to yourself, your body, your heart would tell you what that is. Even though you still have all the options, you know? The thing is, you still have all the options. You would just decide to give one of these options a full try. And for us, I think, I don't know about all the generations, but for me personally, my generation, I think it's super normal that we are not good at making decisions, because I didn't grow up being taught how to make good decisions. It's not something we learn in school, or it's the same with it's like you grow up either with being good at money or not being good at money. It's not something that you usually learn in school or something, but it's the same thing with making decisions. It's a formula you can learn. And yeah, I didn't grow up with learning how to do that. I mean, I think what I grew up with, I learned how to use my intention and my gut feeling to make decisions, which I think is a very lucky thing. But I want you to be kind to yourself and be open to learn it now or get better at it. So there is, again, a couple of different types of people that I just want to point out, and maybe you see yourself in one or the other of them. So I said before, there's this person that says, and it might be you, I am not good at decision making. Okay? Or you say, I'm really good at decision making. I'm just preparing myself for the really big decision I have to make. So I'm just investigating and I'm researching and I'm doing all the things so eventually I can make that decision that then requires me to take action. But I have to call you out on this one, because there is a 99.9% that you are a procrastinator. And that just, you feel like you're making decisions, you keep yourself busy, but you're actually not doing the thing. You're actually not taking the decision to do the actual thing. Yeah? So you tell yourself, I'm not good at making decisions, or you are a procrastinator. I feel seen. Ha! I see you. It's totally fine. We all do it. I do it. But you need to understand how you function. What is it that you do? And you will learn that when you listen to yourself. Okay. Thank you for calling me out, Ulrike. You're welcome. I'm good at calling people out. Triggered. I know. I mean, guilty of keeping myself busy with the thing that prevents me from taking the decision. Oh my God. I mean, sometimes my house has never been so clean. And this can go to an extreme that I would overwork my email folder. I would organize everything that has to related with work. So it feels like it is important to do because it's work related. But that's bullshit. It's not important. Of course, it is amazing when everything is organized and you should do that. But you shouldn't do it to avoid making a decision and then taking that action that will actually bring you forward. Okay. So, as I said, you're a procrastinator, or you say, I'm not good making decisions. I'm not good at making decisions. And I hope that I called a couple of you out, including myself. I have to be honest here, because this is obviously walking the talk. So I looked at, I have from my coaching education and from my business degree and all these things, that's what you learn. You learn a lot of things about decision making. And there's one that I think once someone explained that to me, I kept using it. And especially over the last 3 months, that is something that I used the entire time. I could find fancy names for it, but I just decided to keep it as I learned it. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm literally just sharing with you what worked for me and what I use almost on a daily basis. So one more thing before I'm letting you know this 3-way formula. I'm not talking about taking the one big decision that will make your life better and that will make your dream come true, and then you will be safe and you will have achieved everything. No, it doesn't exist. I'm sorry to let you down on this one. It is about the ability to take decisions, to make choices. It's a tool. It's an ability to move yourself forward. That's the difference. Of course, there will be one big choice and one big decision that will change your life. And I hope that happens to you. But what I'm teaching you here is the ability to make a choice, to see the different directions and to evaluate what would be the right one for you right now to do. And this doesn't bring a guarantee of success. It's still just the ability to make that decision so you can then move forward and eventually get to a point where you can go, oh, this actually brought me the result that I really wanted. Oh, cool, I like that result. I want to go more in that direction. Oh, actually, this doesn't feel as I expected it. So let's take a new decision and go in another direction. Cool. Okay. So what's the next one? So this whole formula in the business world is called IDA. Fancy names. It's called IDA, and what this stands for is your intention, your decision, and an action. What you see, that the decision is in the middle. So what we're going to learn today, before you make a decision, there's something before that, and that's your intention, and something to make that decision actually have any impact on your life. There's an action. Because I said this already in other sessions, insight without action is completely useless. If you don't put what you know and what you learned into action, it's useless. It doesn't make a change in your life or in anyone else's life. I mean, it's great when you think about it, but unless you do something about it, nothing is going to change in your life. And that's not what we want. We want all the change. Okay, so intention, decision, action. how to explain that in a very short sentence to you. You cannot act, you cannot take any action if you can't decide how you wanna act. And you can't make a decision unless you know what you want to intend to happen. If you don't know where you want to go, you cannot make a choice. You cannot make the decision that will bring you there. Does this make sense? So in order to find out your intention, which is the first step of this 3-way formula to make great decisions, what is your intention? And to find out your intention, you ask yourself this question: what do I want to happen? It's an amazing question. So what do you want to happen? You look at that thing. Maybe you have 2 choices. Maybe you have 5 choices. You need to develop a vision. Yeah, you need to develop a vision, Julie. That's exactly what this is. And so you look at what do you want to happen in your life? And then based on that, you can make a decision on who you have to become, what kind of person that takes certain actions you have to become in order to get to that. Okay? So let's have an example. So imagine you can't decide if you want to have a business in the wine industry or if you want to become a trader, like or work in the stock market. 2 things. What's the outcome you want to have? For example, your outcome, what do you want to happen in your life is, oh, I want to happen that I can sit on a vineyard. I want to read my name on a bottle of wine. I want peace. And I want to retire in a sense of calm. And I also would like to pass something on to my children in a way that has land and has a bit. I want to pass on a business to my children. If this is what you want to happen, then you take the decision on how to change your behavior. If you at the moment, for example, spend all your time watching Netflix, maybe that's not so good, and you're gonna dedicate, maybe the decision you're gonna take is, okay, I take the decision to dedicate 1 hour a week to think and work on my dream of having a wine business. That could be, and that behavior would be, I would read wine magazines, I would go to a wine store and just have a conversation, and maybe I can have a 4-hour shift every week. Maybe I'm gonna call people that are selling land. Maybe I'm gonna travel to Italy, France, and Germany and see how the market is. I don't know. Not my dream. But you see the outcome. You make the choice on what action you have to take in order to get there. So it's not about, do I want to become a wine person or do I want to become a trader? Before you do that, if the outcome of running a wine business is retiring in peace, and living in the countryside, if this is the outcome you want, then maybe the trading is not going to get you that outcome. But it doesn't mean that one or the other is right. You just need to evaluate if the end of that is exactly what you want. Does this make sense so far to everyone? Another way to say it, what outcome do you want? Thank you. Exactly. There's so many ways of saying this. But for me, I always like this, the question, what do you want to happen? Feels a little bit more alive to me. When I ask myself, what do you want to happen, is I see myself having my family coming over and having a house where they can visit me. And this is something that is alive. And an outcome, that is personal to me because that is what I relate to that word. So you need to find the sentence or the question that represents, I think, something that is not a frozen thing, something that moves, which when I ask myself what do I want to happen, then I feel something alive is coming up in my imagination. And also you can apply this not only to, like, of course, I took now a major life decision, because I think, honestly, a couple of people will have to take major life decisions. Some people already have taken, and it's really, really tough. For example, I don't want to always take myself as an example, but you see that I'm building at the moment a career coaching business, which is something I always wanted. I have started already 2 years ago working on it. But I looked at what do I want to happen? I want to be a person, for example, I want to be a person that can really empower people, especially in the entertainment industry, and directly help them and let them know and tell them what to do. Not like you have to do this, but give you really concrete tools in how to navigate. And in order to become that person, I need to lose my fear of going live. I need to learn how to make videos. I need to create a space where I can find my voice. I've never worked with language. This is all new to me. And it's frightening every Tuesday. It's really hard. And I try to find the right topics, and I'm always scared that it's maybe I don't know what to say, or maybe I cannot express myself proper. But what I want to be that person. I want the outcome that I want to have, what I want to happen. I want to be no matter where in the world and be able to speak to you guys. And for that to happen, I need to gain your trust. And for me, in order to gain your trust, is to show up and to speak and to show myself and to be brave of letting you know what I know. I've been hiding for a very long time with that part of myself. People, of course, they know that I like people that are close to me. And of course, if you see someone that is doing well in what they do, there must be a reason for it. And the reason why I'm good at what I do is because of all the other things. So at the moment I'm practicing, I took a decision that in order to become that coach that I want to be, when I'm 60, maybe, I don't know, maybe 50, 40, I don't know. I will have to show up, and I will have to learn how to speak. So I have to become a person that feels comfortable to speak and that can connect easily to people and that people trust. I am that person in normal life, like not in front of a camera, but I'm sitting alone in my room at the moment speaking to my phone and my laptop, and that is how I would like to coach anyway. So this is a thing that I made a choice and took the decision. If I would only look at how I feel every Tuesday and how much I have to work to build this half an hour for you guys, or for you, for me, I would not be able to do it. I wake up every day 6:00. I research. I build a website. There is so much going into this because I know what I want to happen from it. I want this to be the next big thing that I do. Who knows? I don't know if that's going to happen, I don't know. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe my performing career is coming back so full on that I don't have time anymore. I don't know. But Mel Robbins said something really amazing that I thought fitted in really well. She said, oh God, I wrote this down actually. I wanted to say it exactly how she said it. Keep putting in the work because you never know what doors will open, or doors will open that you can't see it. No, trust the work that you're putting in. It will open doors you can't see yet. And that is something that I want to put close to your heart today, because I know all of you are starting to go online, you share things of yourself that you have never shared, and maybe it seems silly or scary, or you develop new skills, or you just investigate a little bit in the directions where you're a little bit curious about as well, and I want to celebrate you doing that, because that's really hard and takes guts and being brave. But trust the work that you put in, because as she said, doors will open that you have no idea yet. You have absolutely no idea yet. So trust the little bricks, trust every little step you take, that it will open a door for you, that you have no idea what that will be. But trust your work. I know for a fact that all of that join here, that all of you that watch this, that in your heart, at least a little bit the direction you want to go. Okay? So my question today, and you don't have to answer that here, that is something, if you have a pen and paper, because if it's not written down, it's not real. What do you want to happen? Ask yourself that. What do you want to happen? Write it down. Write it down. And then once you write it down, you will see what person you will have to become in order to get there. I hope you enjoyed today. If you like today, like always, I appreciate your love and for showing up. I'm so proud of you. And you make me show up every Tuesday and all the other days of the week, actually. Keep showing up for what you want to do. You've got this. And this is it for the content part of my Tuesdays. As I said, this was a session I looked forward to so much. Before we finish for today, I just wanted to say thank you to a couple of people specifically. It's my birthday this month, and I'm not shy about it. I love my birthday. and I love to celebrate. And this year I came up with a little idea, because I can't see anyone, that I made a wedding list on Amazon, because that's the only way to hide my address, and people can give me books for my birthday. And I already got my first 3 books. And I just wanted to say thank you. My dear friend Valis gave me Marlene Dietrich, My Life. This is a book I always wanted to have. Thank you so much. Her autobiography that she wrote herself. Mara, another incredible businesswoman. She said, Liebe Ulrike, happy birthday. Keep inspiring and educating. You are a real jewel. Don't stay the same. And this is something important, she said. Become more of the wonderful woman you are. May all your days be circus days. Love, Mara. I love this so much, because I like when someone says, please don't stay the same. Kind of cool. So when you send me these books, you can leave me a message, and then I will write that message into the book as if you would have written it. And like this, the books will always remind me of you. That's book number 2, which is the 5 o'clock club. It's in German, but I already read a little bit of it. It's amazing, by Robin Sharma. It's a bestseller, and I think it's something about when you wake up 5 o'clock every day, which is close to what I do anyway. And then, thanks to my beautiful, beautiful friend and Pilates teacher, Helena Reynolds, she sent me Creative Career Coaching, which is a book, of course, I want to read, because I want to teach you better, just to get my input. So thank you very much. There is no Ko-fis, there is no support, no PayPal this month. So if you want to support me, that is the way to do it, because I'm going to read all these books and I'm going to let you know what I learned, so you can use it as well, and you don't have to spend the time reading that book. Easy peasy. Okay, I think that's it for today. Does anyone have any questions? Ask me. I have a question about this. Are the books already bought going to disappear from the list? No, you can still see that list. That's a really good question. A couple of people actually asked this because the good thing is you can even just look at the list and see basically a list of 60 books that I selected and get an insight of the books that I read. Yeah, so you can just check that list. I didn't even tell you where that list is. So there is a link on my bio or under this video on my website. Click the link and then it says happy birthday to me. And then you can click that link and it will take you straight to the Amazon website and you can check all the books. I hope that answered your question. Okay, aloha, says Lohalesh. Nice to see you. So does anyone have any questions from today? I look forward to these sessions every week. Sad that I've missed some. Zach, that's no problem. It's great that you say that because Zach, you should be on my email newsletter, I thought. So if you missed a session, and there have been a lot of sessions, I think we are on session 20. So we covered a lot of topics. If you missed one, this is your chance to go over to letme-educateyou.com and check out all the previous sessions. We have been featured in Theatre Live magazine, which is the biggest online entertainment and theater magazine. So we're doing well, guys. You know, like you showing up, me doing the thing all together. Wonderful. It's a dream. So yeah, don't worry if you missed a session. Thank you so much for putting this close to my heart. You're welcome, Ronja. You know, okay. This week I finally decided to start this business I always dreamt of running, much because of the inspiration and courage you give. Thank you. Oh, this gave me goosebumps. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. I congratulate you on your very first step in a direction that you want to go. That's amazing. Inga, so good. Sam says, I find it hard to be specific with the questions, where do I want to be? Because I want to be an actress, illustrator, and writer. Do I need to make this goal for all the things? Well, maybe that's a good question. It's not about a goal. Because a goal is like a finish line. What you want to happen is, maybe you want to happen in your life that you can be all of these things. Wouldn't it be amazing if all of these things could be part of your life? Or maybe you need to try one of these first, then the other one the next time, and then the other one the next time. Maybe it's about figuring out what of these three is actually your true and strongest passion. And that could be you set yourself, I don't know, you take a course in all three of them and then make a new investigation and say, oh, actually, I like this the most and I like this the most. Because to be honest, there is a word for that and it's called multi-passionate. And you don't need to decide on all of it. I'm multi-passionate. I'm a performer. I'm a coach. I'm a producer. There's so many things that I do. And I don't do them all at the same time in the same intensity. But I know that in order to move one thing forward, I dedicate all my attention to one thing. So then it becomes almost like a self-running thing for a moment. And then I can take the time to look at something else for a moment. And this is still going. And I put my time into something else. You know, like this, you can maybe juggle all your beautiful interests and see how you can maybe combine them together. Okay? Es ist so schön, dich hier zu sehen und zu hören. Hoffe bald wieder in real life. So Lola said, it's so nice to see you here and to also hear your voice and to hopefully see you in real life. Oh man, I hope that too. I miss people, but this is a great alternative, I think. Stay safe. I'm on the email list. It's just nice to be there for the live, positive and love. I agree. The live is such a different experience than recording something. Sam, yes, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your insights and what you are facing at the moment. Is yeah, big choices to make, but make them, because on the other end, there's the good stuff. I'm telling you. That's it for today. It was really nice, and I hope you have a nice day. And I am going to see you next week with a new topic that I already chose and started to prepare. So this was Let Me Educate You, a beautiful project born in a crisis to connect your hearts with your arts and to keep moving while we sit at home. Please keep showing up for that thing that you want to do. Just show up. That's it. That's all you have to do. And if you like today, give it a like, share it, and tell all your friends about. The more we are, the better. And that's it for today. Hope to see you next week. Bye, everyone. Oh, if you want a one-on-one session, I started doing them with a couple of people of you. I just forgot to tell you. Send me a message. There's one-on-one sessions, there is one-off sessions, and there is also packages where you can work with me on a project, on an idea, on whatever you want to do. Send me a message and I send you the details. All the love to you. Bye. Jetzt hier noch den Stream beenden. Bye everyone.